Hi, I'm Jenny Liu Jones.
And I'm Tim Faircloth. Welcome back to the sunny side of cruising, and thanks for joining us once again on board the Cruise Lounge.
We really appreciate you tuning in for a little cruising fix. And here we are at the fabulous 270 lounge on board the absolutely stunning OVATION of the Seas.
We certainly are. Well, kind of.
Sort of.
Now, Jenny, a couple of questions.
Okay.
When you think of Royal Caribbean, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Pirates of the Caribbean. No?
Second thing that comes to mind.
Okay. Well, I think big, immense, state-of-the-art ships, fabulous entertainment, lots of things for everyone to do. Well, I mean, that's what my fiance said when he was actually lucky enough to perform on board.
Perfect. Perfect answer, actually. Second question. What's your favourite thing to do on board?
Eat. That's not a joke.
It's actually a very popular thing to do on board. Well, look, you're in for a treat, because one of the most popular restaurants, specialty restaurants on board Royal Caribbean's Quantum class ships is the iconic Jamie's Italian by Jamie Oliver.
I love that restaurant. I've been to the one in Sydney lots of times.
It's beautiful. Like, many memories come flooding back of beautiful lunches on board.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how does a Tuscan-inspired lunch with matching Italian wine sound?
Italian by Jamie Bloody Oliver sounds like top-notch. Don't unsubscribe because of that.
Well, look, I've booked you a table for two up at Jamie's, and you'll be joined by the charming Peter McCormack from Royal Caribbean.
This is working out really well for me because you're booking me lunch. I mean, this is great.
I know.
But you said table for two, so you're not joining us?
No, I might pop up for a sneaky dessert later. But first, I've got to let a guest of my own come in here in the lounge for a little chat about Royal.
Lovely doublo. Now, when's my lunch reservation?
Geez, you're keen.
Geez, I'm starving.
All right, why don't you head on up to Jamie's and I'll join you shortly.
Well, you don't have to tell me twice. I'll catch you later.
All right, see you then.
Welcome back. We are at Jamie's Italians and I'm joined by the legendary Director of Sales, Mr. Peter McCormack.
Jenny, welcome to Jamie's.
Thank you, Jenny, at Jamie's. I like
Yeah,
it.
beautiful. Hey, before we go, can I just pour you a glass of Pinot Grigio?
Absolutely. What a gentleman.
Oops, Daisy.
Now, Peter, we're actually here. I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little bit distracted today because I can see Bulgari's right there.
Oh, it is. It's right close by.
Yes, I mean, okay, we're pretending to be on the ship, but we're not going to have to pretend much longer because the exciting news is that Royal Caribbean will be deploying 2 of their Quantum class ships to Australia next year.
Absolutely excited about last week. We introduced our new deployment for 2021-22. The fabulous OVATION of the Seas is coming back to Sydney to cruise again, and she'll be down here in probably mid-October, and be cruising through the Pacific to New Zealand, right through to April of 2022. But the really exciting news is for our Queensland guests. Quantum of the Seas will be arriving into Brisbane in October 2021.
For the first time, right?
First time ever.
Yeah.
At the brand new $140 million cruise terminal out of Brisbane. So we're so excited to have this amazing ship joining OVATION. There'll be nothing like it cruising out of Brisbane.
Absolutely. I think I might have to book it for a late honeymoon.
I think you should. Come, give me a call.
I will. Hey.
Anytime.
Now, as Tim mentioned earlier, food is one of the biggest draw cards for a lot of cruisers. And we're here at Jamie's Italian. It's very popular.
It's extremely.
I assume that it's one of the most popular ones on board.
Absolutely. And the nice thing about big cruise ships at the moment, you can put more product on it. And one of the really exciting product that we have for the foodies is Jamie Oliver's Italian. In front of you here, we have his famous plank.
And this is the signature one, isn't it?
Signature plank, yes. It's an array of different antipasta, olives, sun-dried tomatoes, cheese, etc., etc.
It smells so good here.
It
you
is.
don't know the kind of self-control I'm exhibiting to not just devour it.
So after this, you can follow it with a fabulous pasta dish. But the the finale is even better. We bring out a plank of all the various different desserts, so you have an opportunity to try a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. I mean, I've
Exciting.
never met a pasta I didn't like.
And I've never met a dessert I didn't like either.
I'll have the pasta, you have the desserts. We can share.
Done. Done.
Now, I was looking through all the restaurants, and Chef's Table sounds like such a treat.
It is. Particularly for the foodies, if you really love your food, what we present to you is a 6-course degustation meal, including pairing wines.
So is there a sommelier?
So what happens, the chef will come out, introduce each individual dish, the ingredients, what the thought behind it is, and then the sommelier will come out and present the wines to you to match with the particular course.
Yeah, it always feels so much more special when the chef actually comes out of the kitchen and talks to you.
It does. It's very intimate.
Yeah.
We only have about 16 people on the table.
Okay.
It's about a 3-hour course, and it's just fantastic. The value for money is incredible. It's $90. It includes the wine and
$90 for that evening?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Where do you find a degustation dinner anywhere in Australia with matching wines for $90?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm one of those people who looks up the restaurants before they go anywhere.
Same here. Same here.
And so I saw on Ovation, I was looking at Chef's Table, and it had next to it $4 dollar signs.
Dollar signs,
And
yeah.
so in my mind, I was like, yeah, $300 per person. That's normal for a degustation.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to sound like a TVSN person, but that is a bargain.
Yes, it
that
certainly is.
That sounds incredible.
It is, yeah. It's a great experience, and again, love your food and wines. Make sure you book it
I will.
on your honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly. Now, a lot of people enjoy dinner with a show.
Yes.
So I believe Wonderland is the place to go.
What an amazing experience that is. Again, it's a 5-course arrangement of different kind of quirky foods. The restaurant is kind of like Alice in Wonderland, a bit quirky. The waiters have got these quirky outfits on. The food is incredible. The interesting part about it is when you sit down, the waiter will give you a menu that's totally blank.
Okay.
He then gives you a paintbrush and a bowl of water, and then you paint the menu, and it brings out all the actual courses on board.
Oh my God,
on the menu. Yeah, it's really quirky
My
stuff.
inner child is like screaming right
It
now.
is really quirky stuff, and people just love the experience and love the food. They really love it.
And am I right in I do my research on foods in saying that there's a theme for every course?
Yes, it's kind of made up of 5 different sun, earth, fire, sea, etc., etc. So each of those different brackets have got a different range of food inside it. So it's really, really fun food.
Yeah, and it's a degustation, but I like with any degustation, it's a small portion, but at the end of it, you definitely feel full.
Well, the last course is always called Earth, and it's meat, and that fills you up right at the end. It's fantastic.
Well, speaking of meat, I know that my fiance would just be lining up for Chops Grill.
Iconic restaurant on
Who doesn't love a good steak?
Every single ship we have in the Royal Caribbean Fleet has a Chops Grill. Iconic steakhouse, fabulous food, and seafood, of course, if you don't eat meat, but it's just a great experience. I love my filet mignon. Every time I go to Chops Grill, I order a filet mignon, and I also order a bottle of Belglos Pinot Noir from California to accompany it.
You do like a glass of wine.
I have been known to have one over the years, yes, 1 or 2.
And if you're a bit of a wine connoisseur, there's a bar just for you, isn't there?
I have just a place for you. It's called Vintage's Wine Bar. Actually, it's right next to Jamie's, so it's really, really close.
Get your wine and then go get your food.
Well, you don't really have to even go there. They're actually, you can order like little nibbles, and that comes from Jamie's restaurant as well.
So you can be there just sipping your wine and have a platter in front of you. Oh.
But wines from all around the world, and Australian wines, New Zealand wines, Californians, Chilean, French, Italian. So just a really nice place to chill out if you enjoy your wines.
I'm there.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah, I'll see you there. So I'm just gonna, I can't control myself any
Please
longer.
help yourself. By all means, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I think a lot of people who fly love the duty-free shopping, but I think a lot of people don't realize that you have that on cruise ships as well.
That's one of the other amazing things on board our ships nowadays. We got shops like Cartier. I mean, who doesn't like it?
Bulgari right there.
Bulgari right next door as well. And plus a complete range of different sportswear, casual wear, obviously souvenirs on board. But there's lots of opportunity to spend your money on board our ship as well. And it's a really fabulous products. And also, you know, obviously liquor.
Get your duty-free liquor. You save so much money.
Cosmetics as well
Yeah.
for the ladies. So there's a whole range of different shopping opportunities on board the ship.
Well, you've just described my perfect day on a ship. Add a spa day to that, and I'm in heaven. Now, what's your perfect day on board?
Well, generally I like to get up in the morning and have a workout in the health club. Go for a bit of a run.
Not just on the third day?
Not on the third day, no. I like to enjoy my running and walking. Have a nice breakfast somewhere, and there's lots of opportunities, whether you go to the Windjammer or the main dining room, or Cafe 270, which is right near
Yeah, we were just
270,
there.
yeah, which has got you know, salads, paninis, great coffee. There's
Perfect
so
if
many
you
other
just wanna grab
venues on.
something,
Yeah, there's so
yeah.
many different venues on board around the ship.
And
Their
there's
breakfast.
the patisserie for if you have a sweet tooth
Yes,
as well.
exactly right. That's real fun as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of lunch at Jamie's with a nice glass of Santa Margarita,
Yeah.
Pinot
Cheers.
Grigio. Cheers.
Sorry, I said cheers, but I didn't cheers you. Bad luck to me.
Probably a little sleep, maybe a little nap in the afternoon.
I like myself an afternoon nap. You've got to recover from all the eating, you know?
Or go to the movies. We have free
Onboard
movies.
cinema.
Yeah, onboard cinema.
Yeah.
And then at night time, the music hall, which is, you know, live music. Great bands. Maybe a bit of a dance, silent disco even. That's
I have
my
a feeling
perfect
Tim
day.
wants to bust out of
Lots of. There's so many different activities on board, and every day in your cabin you'll get a sheet of all the activities on board the ship. So we've got trivia pursuits. We teach you how to fold napkins into funny little animals.
Oh, that's my favourite thing.
Yeah, so you can learn how to do that. We have music trivia.
I have a feeling my fiance
Bingo,
would want me to stay
yeah.
away from that though, because all of our towels, they're not going to fit in the linen closet. They're going to be out on the couch. When we have guests, it'll be like, look, this is my crocodile.
There you go.
made
Yeah,
out of towel.
it's actually somewhat. Every night when you come back to your cabin, you kind of look forward to see what actually they've created. To
Legit.
Yeah. My funniest one was like a monkey with hanging from the ceiling with a pair of my sunglasses on. It was kind of cool.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah. So it's like all these little quirky things you can actually do during the day. So
Yeah.
you'll never be bored. I mean, you can do as much as you like or as little as you like. That's
Yeah.
the fun thing about cruising.
It's great because you can
It
just
is.
plan out your day depending on what you feel like.
Yeah,
You go on
absolutely.
a cruise to relax, but if you suddenly feel a hit of energy, you can go and do so many different things and come back and relax.
I mean, the 270 lounge is perfect for people who like to read. We've got a great library on board as well. Grab a book, go to 270, watch the world go by. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
Nice way to spend the
I
day.
bet the views are stunning.
It is, yeah, beautiful.
Now, Peter,
Yes, Jenny.
I have heard a rumour that you have a private island.
We have. We actually got two.
Talk to me about it, Mr. McCormack.
Okay, so we have a fabulous place in the Bahamas called Coco Cay. Can I just top up your wine?
Absolutely.
So we have this amazing private island in the Bahamas.
That you're taking me to, right?
Well, probably not on this journey at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll get there one day.
Okay.
So it's exclusively for Royal Caribbean. Amazing activities on board, on the island. There's
On board
waterfalls,
too.
there's swimming, there's whirlpool, there's everything. It's amazing. And we spent a whole day on the island. So what we've
bet it's
decided to
stunning
do,
in the Bahamas,
it's
just all
beautiful.
the natural beauty.
However, wait for it.
Okay.
In very short, in the next couple of years, we'll have our own private island in the South Pacific. So we bought the island, and construction will be starting very, very soon.
Wow.
So we reckon within probably the next couple of years, we'll have their own private island, again exclusive to Royal Caribbean, where our guests can spend a whole day in this amazing location as part of their journey through the South Pacific. Very exciting. It's called Lelepa, and it's located in Vanuatu. And
find.
as I mentioned earlier, it'll be totally exclusive to the Royal Caribbean cruises. So we're
bougie.
we're very excited that we can add an additional location to the South Pacific experience. So
Yeah, so the things that you do on Lalepa, how many of those things are inclusive? And
all the non-motorised sports that you'll be able to participate are all inclusive. There will be some small surcharges.
paddleboarding,
All that
day
sort of
in the South Pacific.
scuba diving, all that sort of fantastic
Oh, scuba
opportunity.
diving as well, 'cause
so
usually that's quite
great
expensive,
opportunities
yeah.
to do a whole range of different activities, or sit in a little cabana and just relax by the beach. Take your pick.
I mean, perfect.
Yep.
Can you think of
It'll be
anything
called
more
a-
perfect than that?
It'll be
Just-
called a perfect day at Lalepa.
There you go.
See?
I'm going to pretend that I helped name it.
There you go.
Now, I've exhausted all of the self-control that I have. Shall we dig into this?
Absolutely. And thank you for joining me for lunch, Jenny.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic Jamie Oliver's Italian. Let me just top up your wine.
Why not?
And in the meantime, we're going to cross over to my good friend Peter Collar, who's down in his prominent deck office. He wants to talk to us about some pre and post cruising opportunities.
Over to you, Pete.
Now, one of the topics that comes up now and then is whether you should allow the cruise lines to also take care of your post-cruise excursion or land option. And for me, it's a no-brainer because there's a couple of advantages of this. Firstly, when you're doing a separate program from the cruise line, there's that gap in between. And if you're not well-traveled as well, there's some uncertainty, not everything's arranged perfectly. So, you know, there is that susceptibility to something going wrong. Now, aside from that, the benefits of the same people doing your cruise and then doing your land options, the best way I can actually explain this is give you an example of what happened while I was on board one of my contracts. Now, I had a gentleman come up to me who asked to speak to me in private, which was a little unusual because normally they just speak at the desk. So we sat down and he asked for all the excursions through the cruise, if he can get a list of all the toilet breaks, what type of facilities were there, air conditioning, because he had a condition. Now, this would have been very embarrassing for this gentleman to actually have to go through that. Now, as I worked the logistics with all the tour operators in the various ports and got that information for him, he was obviously very thankful and partook in all those excursion experiences. But then I saw that he was also slated to be on our post-cruise option, which was a multi-day overland. And so straight away, knowing he's already had to go through this experience with me, why should he have to do it again with the land portion and get to go through that embarrassment again? So I knew exactly who to ring because we have that synergy, we have that partnership, spoke directly to the people that needed, got the information, forewarned them, and all of a sudden everything was taken care of without him even knowing. I sort of told him at the end that it's all been taken care of and the same logistics are provided for him, and he was so thankful. And this partnership, this synergy of knowing who your client is and relaying that person or whatever, for whatever reason it may be, to the land option side of it is, I think, you know, that's priceless. So it's certainly an advantage of allowing your cruise line to do your post-cruise option as well. Back to you guys.
All right, welcome back to my version of 270 on board OVATION of the Seas, or Quantum class ships. And with me from Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, I have Sean Webster, Key Account Manager.
Thanks, Tim. Good to be here.
It is good to be. Do you like my little...
It's lovely. Look, 270 is a fantastic space. I mean, where do we start? We've got a cocktail in hand.
We do.
So
That's my signature Cosmopolitan.
is it? Yeah, life's
Is that your
pretty
phone
good.
or mine?
It wasn't mine.
That's all right.
I made sure.
We're popular. So, look, Jenny and Peter have covered a few topics here, and I just wanted to run through a few things about entertainment, particularly here in 270, because it is such a versatile and unique space.
It really is, Tim. You know, obviously in the daytime you can sit there with a drink in hand and look at the world go by. Amazing panoramic views.
The view over the stern.
Simply stunning, particularly when we're sailing away.
Yes.
But I suppose in the evening is where the place really comes into its own.
Yep.
You know, so we have a show called Pixels on board, which is just incredible. I presume you may have seen it.
I've seen it multiple times.
Well, exactly. So for anyone who hasn't, we have LCD screens everywhere moving about. There's light, there's music, there's action, there's performers coming from everywhere.
Yeah, so there's to set the scene, there's no back of stage in 270. The performers come from above, they come from below, and it just magically appear. And did I read somewhere that the LCD screens you were talking about cost more than your entire first ship?
It sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I did read that. And I thought I don't know what ship that was.
It's incredible the technology we have on board, and it creates an amazing show. And I suppose in addition to that, we have a stage that's kind of dynamic and moves with the performance.
Yeah, and the way the seating is here around you really are part of the performance. So it's a must. If you are on board a Quantum class ship, go to Pixels and just and also in the space, let's mention in 270 the disco.
Well, exactly. So
silent disco.
I was going to say, it's not just any disco, it's a silent disco.
I don't have any footage of me doing the silent disco, luckily, but I have done it, and I do enjoy it.
Well, likewise, no footage of me, thank goodness. But yeah, look, it is a fantastic space. Like you say, you can go and see the show and be a part of it. You can do a silent disco. We do 70s evenings. We do all sorts of kind of concerts and dance parties. Something different every night of the week, really, for your cruise. For
sure. And I wanted to touch on something that is really, really special with Royal Caribbean is your accommodation, particularly on these Quantum class ships. Now, I've been fortunate to stay in many different, from inside through to not the Royal Loft Suite. Peter might be able to organise that for me next time.
One day, Peter.
But look, you guys kind of, I guess, set the benchmark with your virtual balconies.
Absolutely. So like one behind us,
Because once I finish filming this, I'll be taking this home with me, putting it in my bedroom. But look, the virtual balconies, what a great concept, right?
Oh, it is. It gives you a great opportunity to, really feel like you're actually you're on board. You know what's going on outside. You know whether you're taking a jumper up.
That's right. For those who aren't familiar with the concept, so it is a screen, and it looks like a balcony with the railing. And there's a camera on the port side, a camera on the starboard side, so you're seeing
real time
what is actually happening out there. Like if you're docked in Sydney, you're seeing yourself docked there and pulling away, or cruising past an island, whatever it may be. It's real time. The sun comes up, the sun goes down.
Look, it really is stunning. As you say, Tim, it is in real time. And in terms of the accommodation on board, we really have an amazing spectrum from those virtual balconies right the way through to some really spacious balcony cabins, our junior suites, and then of course right up to, the full suite class.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that, the Royal Loft Suite.
Oh, look, it's stunning.
It is stunning. And I'll put some images up now, but I mean, the space is just incredible. It's 2-story. It sleeps, is it?
Eight, yeah.
Wow.
So, it's like a swanky kind of New York loft kind of apartment.
It is a New York
really
loft,
is.
And the views,
It is stunning views, that's absolute premium kind of real estate on the ship. Great place to stay.
Premium real estate, I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. Now, in terms of things to do, we've talked a bit about 270 and nighttime entertainment, but daytime, like you guys have it absolutely covered right across the ship.
Well, where to start?
Well, I think let's start with the Seaplex.
The Seaplex, right. I mean, it's an incredible space, Tim. It's, we have a huge full-size basketball court, so you've got children that can play basketball, badminton, whatever it might be throughout the day.
Yep.
But we can also transfer it and put dodgem cars on there.
Yeah, which is just amazing.
And the thing that often strikes me about that place is it's not just the young kids playing on it, it's the big kids really getting stuck in as well, which I think is always really nice to see, some good wholesome family fun.
Yeah, a lot of times on ships, many lines cater a lot for the young ones, but I think the Seaplex for me is a real teenage retreat. When you're on board cruising, you see them hanging up there, and there's little enclaves, if you like, with the table tennis, or there's
Xbox.
What's that? Xbox
and air hockey and
all sorts of things. So it's just a really, really cool space, and it's also connected with the ocean. It's not like they're stuck down in a dark hole somewhere. There's beautiful floor-to-ceiling glass.
Well, that's absolutely correct. We've got the kids club for the young kids, but the Seaplex, I suppose, as you say, caters for teenagers right through to any age really.
Any age, and the transitions from basketball court to a roller skating rink to the Dodgem cars.
Dodgems. We've had concerts there in the evening.
Oh, do they?
We've had
Like a live,
there's a
performance.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we
something
had
happened
we had an event there. You have the hot dog stand. You have, as you say, the table tennis and the Xbox. So there really is kind of.
It's a great space. Okay, so thrill seekers.
Thrill seekers.
What you guys are known for, right?
Right.
I think we should start with one of my favourites, the Flow Rider.
Oh, the flow ride is incredible.
Yep.
It's one of those ones that you just can't get enough of. The first time I actually had a try, I had a group with me, and they were kind enough to record me falling off in slow motion. So particularly not so graceful, but a lot of fun. Everyone comes off.
Are you a kneeler or a stander?
Well, I was standing, so the fall really was spectacular in slow motion.
Well, I have to say, I'm going to be honest, I've only knelt on the thing, so
yeah. Oh, you have to give it a go.
I know. Okay, so just behind the Flow Rider is the fabulous iFly.
It is our indoor skydiving.
Indoor outdoor, I guess you could call it.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic activity for the thrill seekers.
Yeah, no, I've never done it. I've photographed it many times, but never actually done it. I don't know why. I should.
Next time you're on board, you have to. You really must.
All age groups.
Yeah, so look, there is a minimum age limit of 8 years old, and it's one of those things that people, some look nervous, some look excited going on, but everyone that comes off has a grin from ear to ear. They absolutely love it and can't get enough.
Do you know how long you get in there?
Yeah, so you get a minute each.
Yeah, right. Which is probably actually, it doesn't sound a lot, but when you're flying...
Oh, it's a good amount. Yeah, it's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. You learn quite quickly in that environment.
Yeah, you would. All right, moving forward, we go past the pool.
Yes.
And right above the pool, we've got your North Star. Now, I love the North Star.
The North Star is amazing. So that is obviously the pod that comes right above the ship, gives you some incredible views.
Yeah.
Whether that be from whatever port or harbour you might be departing, or out at sea.
You see it sailing at Sydney Harbour, and I've shot this numerous times. And I think you've got to pre-book your, especially before you come on board, if you want to be the one sailing. As you go out the heads, you're up there and you see that, it's just, what a view. Oh,
look, it's incredible. As you say, Tim, book your space on your pre-cruise planner as soon as you can.
Yeah.
And you get some incredible footage from up there, It's a stunning place. It kind of looks like where some of the promotional shots of the ship are taken. You get the best view of everything. It's amazing.
Can I just say, just on the pre-booking of your activities, like the iFly and the North Star, particularly on a short cruise, like if you do the weekend 3-night cruises, they all book out really quickly because everyone's trying to cram it into to those few days. But if you're on a 12-night cruise, obviously it's not as important. You can probably rock up and just get a spot there.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I think the sooner you can book anything that you really want to do, especially on those short cruises, absolutely worth doing to ensure that you're not disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I do what I do, and I don't know if I should say this or not, but I just book everything. and then if you can't go, you cancel, and there'll be someone who'll take your
we'll have to report you.
Report me, that's okay. But look, someone will take my place, right?
Yeah,
if I don't,
absolutely.
Just book everything. Book the shows, book the iFly, book the, it won't let you, I don't think it lets you double book. Like I couldn't book the iFly at the same time as, because I think I've tried.
No, exactly. No double booking, but yeah, absolutely reserve your space so that you don't miss out.
Yeah. All right, Sean, so all those activities, we've talked about the Flow Rider, the iFly, the North Star. Now, they're all included in your cruise fare, right?
Absolutely correct. Other than the private lessons, all of that's included. So huge saving, great value with that cruise fare.
Imagine the cost of doing that on land.
Oh, it costs you a fortune.
The indoor skydiving and, it's nothing like the North Star, of course, that you could...
Well, no, but it's great value when you think of all of the activities and inclusions as well as your accommodation, dining and everything else.
Yep. So definitely get on pre-book them, as we mentioned. Now, entertainment in the main theatre, you don't need to pre-book anymore. You can just roll on up.
Absolutely correct. So you can book in the app, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And we have a great range of entertainment there. So, some nights we might have a show, other nights we'll have a comedian, or we'll have kind of comedy shows where we invite guests actually up on stage to be part of the show as well.
Yep.
So
you
great.
Get up?
No.
I sit there on my hands.
I'll hide.
I know. All right, Sean, look, thanks so much for running through all the wonderful things we can do on board your Quantum class ships.
Oh, hey, Tim, thanks for having me, and happy cruising, everyone.
Happy cruising, I'm sure. Now, I'm going to jump up to James' Italian and have a little sneaky tiramisu with Jenny.
Nice for some.
Right. So, try my signature
Cheers.
Cosmopolitan. Cheers, and here's to happy cruising this time next year on Quantum class out of Australia.
Happy cruising, everyone.
Cheers. Go on, have a sip. Be brave. I'm not drinking it.
It's a stitch up.
What a beautiful lunch.
It was so good. I kind of want a nap now because I'm really in a bit of a food coma state, if you can't tell.
I know how you feel, I do. But look, it's so good running through all the things that you can do on those beautiful Quantum class ships. And the fact that we've got two coming down here to Australia this time next year, one from Sydney, one from Brisbane, it is just so good.
It's very exciting.
It is.
I've already heard about how wonderful it is to cruise with Royal Caribbean from Andy. And today has just cemented it even more in my mind.
Sure, yeah, it's brought it all back for me too. It's been great, good fun. So should we get stuck in this tiramisu? Or?
We sure should. So we won't just, eat in front of you guys because that's a bit weird.
Why not?
Go ahead.
No, okay.
So can you believe that we are halfway through our first season of Cruise Lounge already?
It's gone quick, hasn't it? Yeah,
It really has. So thank you so much for watching once again. And we would love it if you left us a comment. We love getting to know you guys. And join us next week, same time, for a little more cruising inspiration.
Absolutely. We'll see you then. And do hang around, as always, for Jenny's outtakes at the end.
Professional blooper. Hi, I'm Jenny Liu Jones.
And I'm Tim Faircloth. Welcome back.
Sorry. I just came out of nowhere. I'm sorry. Auntie made me a lot of halloumi for breakfast.
Oh my God. Okay.
We appreciate you tuning in for a little cruising fix. And here we are on the simply stunning Tuesday. Sorry. Hi, I'm Jenny. Why are you looking at me like that? Okay.
Hang on.
Sorry.
Jenny's got a potty mouth.
I do. It's either that or burping, so. Okay.
Yep.
Good, thank you.
Continuity. This
Continuity, yes.
Your wine, not Jenny's.
Yeah, sorry. Well, well, she's got more than I have.
Priorities.
Sorry, with the audience, right?
Yep.
That wine glass is going to be up to you.
I know. We'll have the bottle in here in a minute.
That's right.
Yay!
Finally got it.
Yay!
Cheers.
Cheers.
Over and again, throughout your cruise.
Start again. I've got to go back to iFly.
Okay,
Yep, sorry.
So it's height.
it is.
It's also weight.
Okay.
Is it 4'10"?
Jenny, you're in.
I just say what? We'll just say it's a height.
We'll just say, okay,
There's a height limit.
yeah.
Is there an age limit?
So there's no age limit, we have a height restriction.
Oh, okay, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Which
But-
is?
Wow, that's the bit we're still unsure on.
I thought we ascertained that.
So, are you
Sorry?
starting or am I starting?
I'll start.
Okay.
Because I'm the professional.
Of course.
It is hot here, Peter. God.
That's my napkin.
Sorry. All right, let's go from...
I'm leaning on it. We're having dessert now and Tim's only gotten 2. So he obviously doesn't care about Peter that much.
There's more in the freezer. What?
What?
Nothing. That's actually pretty good.
I know.